Welcome to another edition of Against the Grain Sports Podcast Uncut. And I'm your host, Jody Coleman, in the building. Got my man Jarrell, Soul Sports Glenn, all the way from San Antonio, Texas. Man, how you feeling, my guy?
Feeling great, man. We got ourselves a 3-game series, baby. Let's see who's going to get into it tonight.
I want to dedicate this show to the New York Knickerbockers. I want the New York Knicks have made the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. So what were we doing in 1999, man? What were you doing?
Oh, well, shit. I was only been married for a few years. Still had a nice hairline. Hair was black. It was a different time, baby. Big baggy clothes. I think I was wearing FUBU at the 99. I think I was still wearing FUBU back then. I don't know. What about you, though? Hairline was looking good back in 99, man. We're going to see. It's crazy, Joe. I was looking at the, things, soon as things happen, the internet's crazy. They showed the difference between the prices of finals games in New York back in 94 when they went compared to now. But they had tickets in 94 to the finals for like $40. And now the cheapest ticket in the nosebleed gonna cost you $1,500 just to walk through the gates. It's amazing how inflation changes things over the years. But I'm looking forward to see what the Knicks can do this time. I mean, all those Knicks fans out there, man, I actually think they got a shot, no matter who they play. I mean, I know the Western Conference has always been considered the better conference when it comes to basketball this year. We know Oklahoma City and San Antonio, they seem like a superior teams, but you got to give the Knicks credit, man. The Knicks have not only been winning games, they've been dog walking these teams. I mean, when they get to a closeout game, they beating you by 40 points. I know us, the East, if they still beat the NBA teams by 40 points in their stadium for the most part, I think that's very impressive. Can they do the same thing to a West team? No. But if you can put up 130 points in an NBA game, you can score with anybody. And they get some stops here and there. You never know, man. The Knicks might be winning them the championships the first time since 1972. Am I right, Jody? Was 72 or 73?
73. They won in 73. They won 2 out of 3 years. That was the last time they had won a championship. But I just want to listen, man. It's a big shout out to my man Jay Kane the Chef. Jay Kane the Chef. I gotta represent for my guy Jay Kane the Chef, man, because Jay Kane the Chef has been saying he was the New York Knicks for quite some time. And I just want to give a big shout out to Jay Kane the Chef, but I also got a big shout out to my guy.
Oh,
he's been gone for a while. We got Ray, more than just a barber, Lindsay, back in the building, guys. Big shout out to Ray, man. Before I even get to him, I just want a big shout out to him and his kids, man. Wonderful family. Both of them graduated, man. Both of them graduated from high school and on their way to college. Ray, how do you feel about that, man?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. Feeling like a proud pops, man. But yeah, man, it's been a journey, man. So I've been dedicating my last little 4 or 5 months to seeing them off and making sure that, being an active father, man. So I'm back in the building. Let's get it.
Shout out to active fathers. Father's Day is in less than 3 weeks away. Shout out to active fathers out there, man, doing their thing. So
hey, speaking of that, I got a group text with my kids, and this is about the time I film this $800 grill I'm trying to get, right? I sent them a grill. It's silent. No, only thing I hear is one of them will say, "But Dad, I don't got that kind of money." Hey, y'all can split it 3 ways. Come on, all y'all got jobs there. What's going on?
Yo, put your money together. But guys, like I said, big shout out to Jay Kane, the Chef, and we'll talk about that. And big shout out to my man Josh Alford. He's another big time Knick fan. He's a fan of the show. Josh Alford, big time Knick fan. Ty Jean, big time Knick fan.
Yeah.
Kendall, big time Knicks fans in these areas, so it's well deserved. But we know Jay Kane said he is the Knicks.
He said he is definitely the Knicks.
And Ray, Kathy said, "What's up?" She said, "F the Bengals." So you know how that go.
Yeah.
But let's get right into it, man. Solo Sports, man. I'm gonna go to you Friday. I know Ray, you've been gone for a minute. Just we get you right in here. But Ray, so the New York Knicks swept the Cleveland Cavaliers to advance in the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999, and the score was like 130-93. It looked like the Cavaliers didn't even come to the stadium. I think they were still sleepwalking. Solo Sport, talk to me about it. Did they give up, or did they get beat into submission?
The series was over when they blew that lead in game one, in my eyes. I mean, they had a 20-something point lead, and they were still talking about it while the series is going on. They kept bringing up game one. That let you know they didn't forget about that. So when I'm gonna say at the end of game three, it was about 2 minutes left, and they let Jalen Brunson get a layup, and they didn't even contest. I said, yeah, this shit's over. And you know James Harden checked out. He checked out before the series started. So I'm not surprised they embarrassed him like this. I just can't wait to the finals, man. I don't care who they play. I'm looking forward to see if the Knicks can actually finish the job. But yeah, the better team won. I mean, the Knicks are the best team in the Eastern Conference. We kind of all said this before the season started. We talked about it's setting up for the Knicks to get there. I mean, right. Boston's not healthy. Indiana's not healthy. Milwaukee's not Milwaukee anymore. They had Doc Rivers as their coach. We know how that was going to end. So it was all set up for the Knicks. Now let's see if they can finish the job.
Yeah, it's crazy because we were ready to, after the second game of the Atlanta series, we was ready to can Mike Brown. We was ready to, they made a mistake at the head coach position. I still don't think they should have got rid of Tiz, but actually I guess it seemed like they made the right decisions because they unlocked Cat. We like some unlocked Cat, Ray. So, Ray, talk to me about the sweep, the Knicks total domination, 11 straight playoff victories, back-to-back, sweeps and back-to-back rounds?
Yeah.
Talk to me, Ray.
The Knicks, man, I'm still not sold on the Knicks. I just think they ran across two teams that really didn't really need to be there, especially the Cavs. People was asking me, for the last couple of weeks, oh, man, you know what they're going to do now? Man, the Cavs, what you think about the Cavs since they got James Harden? I said, holla at me in the playoffs. I said, that's great during the regular season. I said, holla at me in the playoffs. And he got close to 70 turnovers in this playoffs. He had 43 in 8 games in the first 8 games of the playoffs. 43 turnovers. And you're the most ball dominant guy on the court. And again, okay, where's Donovan Mitchell? Donovan Mitchell, you act like you were trying to give up the team to whoever wanted to take it. Whoever wanted to be the number one option, he was like, here, go ahead, you do it, because I don't really want to do it. Maybe he's caught up in another ring instead of getting the ring that he really wanted to have or that he should be playing basketball for. He's ready to get that ring to Coco. Man, play basketball, bro. That's what you get paid for.
I wouldn't mind giving that ring to Coco, though.
I don't mind either. But if I'm a basketball player, goddamn, I'm. Look, we can holler at this. We can celebrate 2 rings: this championship ring and this ring I do give to you. And they didn't show up for that, man. And I just look at that whole thing. I said, and I agree with Soul. It was over after game 1. I said the game 1, it was over. I said there's no way that you can have a 22-point lead with less than 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter and you blow it. You go on a 40, I think they ended the game with a 43-11 run for the rest of the game. 43-11.
That's crazy.
That's unheard of, bro. Listen, and to get blown out almost by 40 in a game that you need to survive, yeah, they gave up.
Eagles Philly, he said, good evening, good brothers. Keep doing your thing. Stay safe and stay blessed. Absolutely, our guy out of Philly, PA. And Kathy said, cut Harden. Harden has a total collapse. Now, this is my thing. Now, what I will say is without James Harden on the roster, they did not make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's go ahead. Let's call it what it is. The facts are the facts. This is the first time they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals since LeBron James was there. They had ample opportunity the last 2 seasons to get to the Eastern Conference Finals where they had the best record. They did not get there. At the very least, they get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now we look at the Cavaliers because they got completely fucking embarrassed these 4 games, but we take out the equation that they had not been this far in 8 seasons, and that's when LeBron James was on the roster. So in my opinion, James Harden, I would have probably liked to have seen Garland instead of kept Garland. I wonder if they could have had the same type of success with Garland in the lineup. But nevertheless, man, I think that the Cavaliers, everybody was talking about, getting rid of the head coach, and they kept him. This is only his 3rd season. I think he's done the best he can do with the roster that he had. I told you the problem that I have with this roster was their bench. I thought their bench was absolutely awful, and that came to play. But we got to give a lot of credit to the New York Knicks more. I think we got to give more credit to the New York Knicks winning this series than the Cavaliers losing this series, because I think that the Cavaliers came into this series outgunned and outmanned. I just think the Knicks, when they unlock Cat, which we're going to talk about real quick, unlocking Cat and him. Remember, we kept saying on the show, he needs to touch the ball pretty much every possession like they do with the Joker in Denver, and we've seen that he became almost a triple-double threat every game in the playoffs. So I'm going to go to you on this one. Now that the Knicks are at the next, they're waiting for the finals, what do you think the Cavs should do? And the question is, matter of fact, let me put the question up here for you right now. I want to make sure that you see the question that I'm about to ask. Now, are you paying attention, so?
Yes, sir.
Should LeBron James come back to Cleveland?
Wow. That depends on if James Harden is there. James Harden, I think he has a player option for $40-something million. I don't see anybody paying James Harden more than that. He's probably going to pick up that player option. Now, does that mean they can get rid of him? If I get rid of James Harden, I'm bringing LeBron James in. I'm doing whatever I can to get LeBron back in Cleveland for one last season. So, yeah, I think he should go back to Cleveland.
Okay. Ray, what do you think about LeBron last year, world tour, back in Cleveland, back at home, where he probably should have never left from day one? Do you think he comes back? Do you think he comes back to Cleveland? Do you want him back in Cleveland?
No, I want him to retire. I've been saying this for the last 4 years. I want him to retire. I want James Harden to retire. I want KD and his hair to retire. I want all these old fossils that's ready. They're done. It's over. It's a wrap. And for real, with LeBron, he can still play at a high clip. He can still play at a high clip. I'm not saying so. For all y'all's the LeBron stands, come on here and start sending hate mail to me. Listen, I think LeBron can play well, but the problem is he still want max money. So how you gonna get on a team, get a championship team, demand max money, but you're not even the max player that you once was. So that's going to be a problem for me with him going to any team for that matter, let alone Cleveland. They already re-signed, or they voiced that they were going to re-sign James Harden. I don't know why. They kept their coach. They already saying they're going to stick with him. That's debatable. I think the coaching isn't the problem. I think he did get out coached by Mike Brown in this series, though. But no, LeBron James should stay in LA and make movies and make a Space Jam 4.
Okay. All right.
They're gonna skip 3, Ray. He's gonna skip 3 and go straight to
go
4.
right to 4. Eagles Philly said, I'm a diehard Eagle fan, but I keep it real. The Cleveland Browns and Cincinnati Bengals on paper, day football, he said teams look good. And I hope both of them have a good season. I appreciate that, because I hope we do. I definitely hope we do. Kathy said, hell no, please God no. Thank you, Ray. Cleveland after watching that. He said Cleveland after watching that Cleveland. How you doing, Teresa? Hope Teresa is having a fabulous Tuesday. Listen, man, hear me out. I would not mind LeBron James coming back to Cleveland. And this is the reason why. This team that they have, they got D Wade and not Dwayne Wade. They got Dean Wade playing small forward. LeBron James doesn't have to be the number one, just like he's not in LA. I think the Eastern Conference will get a little healthier and will be a little bit better last year. Because I said this when the playoffs started, the Eastern Conference don't have a lot of good basketball with it. I'm just gonna keep it real. Even on the Knicks, I'm not saying nothing about the Knicks. the Eastern Conference is really weak if you really look at the totality of it. It showed in the playoffs. Um, I think LeBron coming back to Cleveland will sell a lot of tickets. It'll get the numbers up for some people still trying to get max contracts and get the TV deals at an all-time level, because the Lakers are going to be the Lakers. The Lakers are going to be a draw. They don't need LeBron to sell tickets. And actually, they'll probably sell more tickets if LeBron was gone. So if he comes back to Cleveland, he's a come on, man. He's 10 times, 12 times, 15 times better than D Wade at the small forward position.
Absolutely.
He's still gonna give you 20. He's still gonna give you 8 and 8. He probably gonna give you 22, 8 and 8. If you look at the totality, you take the ball out of you keep James Harden. You keep James Harden. You let the primary ball handler be LeBron James. You at least cut down on, because what LeBron is not going to do is turn the ball over. He's not going to turn the ball over, and he's going to look like he wants to win. And with Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and James Harden, LeBron James would only have to play about 28 minutes a game. So when playoff time comes, they're going to have a good record. They're going to make the playoffs. I would not mind seeing LeBron James back in Cleveland for at least one season. I think with LeBron, his ego, I think he'll come in for less money just to get that one last hurrah. I don't think he's going to look for the max money. He come back in. I think it makes it different in Cleveland. Do they win the championship? Probably not, but at least, I mean, it can't be no worse. He can't be no worse than D Wade. Now I ain't talking about Dwayne Wade. Come on, guys.
But just my problem with that, Jody. What is LeBron still playing for if championships isn't the goal?
Well, the only team that he's gonna go to win the championship is San Antonio, Oklahoma City. So he's not going to either one of those teams. You see what I'm saying? So he's not gonna go. So he has to go to at least nostalgia base, being in Cleveland, being in Akron. And this is what Ray. This is also too. He's helping these younger guys continue to get these large contracts. That's what people fail to forget. You can hate LeBron James, not you. People can hate, dislike LeBron, but LeBron is the reason why they're getting these contracts.
True. But my problem with this is my problem with LeBron being still in the NBA is to me, he's tarnishing his legacy by continuing to play. This will what if he played next year, that'll be his 24th? That'll be his 24th season, right?
Yeah.
If he plays that, yeah, because that will be, yeah. So if he plays that year, that would be 4 championships in 24 years. And it don't, to me, it's like, why do that? Why even put those guys? And I'm almost in agreement with, because that's what he should be doing in LA. But we seeing that the LA thing is not working out. Is he going to be able to do that in 1 year in Cleveland? No.
I mean, I think they get a little bit. They make the team better. Kathy said, Jody, he wants $50 million. He already said that he wants a max contract. If he gets $50 million, NBA can find a way to pay the luxury taxes and pay LeBron $50 million and pay D-Wade, pay James Harden, and they could pay Donovan Mitchell for one season. They'll just have to pay the luxury tax.
But why keep James Harden? I don't understand why you.
I think you gotta have. I mean, you got to get something off of James Harden. You can't trade away your top point guard and Darius Garland and then let James Harden walk away scot-free.
I'm not going to give him. I agree with you on that, Jody. But I'm not going to give this dude a whole bunch of money. I'm sorry, it just didn't work out. Did you see the meme they showed when they showed the orange cone? They put a beard on it. This is playing defense. Jody, why would you make a trade for a guy? When you make a trade in any sport, make your team better for the playoffs. Like Ray said, you bring in a dude that's known for choking in the playoffs. Let's make a trade. We're going to bring in James Harden right before the playoffs. Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
It worked out better because last year they didn't even make it out the first round, so evidently it worked.
But they remember Game 7 against Detroit. What the fuck James Harden do?
Listen, we can talk about, but the facts remain. They have not been this far since 2018. They went out in the first round last year, y'all.
Right.
They went out in the first round.
But this is the thing, Jody. This is the thing. I think they could have made it this far without James Harden this year. I think if they would have kept Darius Garland, I think they could have made it this year. You got to think. Nobody was expecting for the Boston Celtics to get bounced in the first round. No one was expecting for Detroit to just rely on Cade Cunningham and all that stuff. So no, these things weren't in the cards for them, but it worked out in Cleveland's favor.
The Cleveland Cavaliers beat Detroit.
Detroit,
And
Detroit
Boston
was
wasn't
good.
in their way. They wouldn't even
I
have to
understand.
go through Boston.
We don't, but I'm saying we don't know that if things would have been different. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm
Like,
talking about if you look at the playoff bracket, the
I understand that.
76ers, Boston was on the other side. They would only time they would have played them if it was Eastern Conference Finals.
I understand that, but if James Harden wasn't there, either they in a higher bracket, or they're in a higher seed, or they're in a lower seed. However, that would have worked out. They probably would have met up with certain teams that ended up folding that no one expected to fold.
But all I'm saying is this: cause what's up to my man King Mix? He said, "What it do, guys?" She says, "Silky Smooth Ray back in the building."
My
Kathy
God,
says, "So she totally agreed." King Mix said, "You could trade James Harden in the playoffs." And then King Mix said, "I'm with Soul, and James Harden isn't that dude. He needs to go to SummerSlam League." Look, I'm all about it. Y'all
the
know
big three.
y'all know I'm one of the
There
biggest
you go.
James Harden critics. I'm not saying he played well because he looked like in the last game when they beat Detroit, he was pissed off that they won. He was like, "God damn it! I tried to do everything in my power not to win this game." But the facts remain. Because I like to go with facts. They have not been this far with Darius Garland at the point guard. They made it this far with James Harden, even though James Harden played fucking absolutely awful, probably 90% of the time. But that's just saying
Oh,
right
how?
there. If he
So
played
how?
awful and they still made it,
You
I'm not
so
giving
you
him
would pay
In
credit for
spite
Jordan?
of
James
You give him
Harden.
him,
a
not
contract?
because of him. No, that's
Jordan,
in spite of him.
you give him a new contract?
Not a new contract. I let him play.
No,
I can't give it.
his contract is up.
No,
He
he
has a
can.
player option this year.
Yeah, I'll just play his $42 million he wants this
Fuck
year
that.
and run it. But what do you can't trade him. So okay, if you don't pay James Harden and you let him walk, that means you just gave away Darius
You can
Garland.
trade him. You can if he picks up his player option, you can trade him.
Who want him?
Somebody out there, there's a lot of stupid people in the NBA. If somebody pick him up,
Hey,
Ain't
hey,
nobody.
they're having
hey,
a dick problem in Toronto. So maybe he can go to Toronto. They're having major penis problems up there. So maybe he
oh,
can go
hold
there.
on. I ain't. Let me warm my gavel up. I ain't used this in a
Yo,
while. God dang, that's nasty work. God dang.
well, they do have problems with dick up there.
Hey, Kathy said y'all forgot. We will also. He said we will also Bronny James do. He said we all forget we will also get Bronny James. Do y'all want Bronny James on the team? Asia said, "What's up, Kathy? What's up, fam? Jody, did I see you looking like Diddy at the white party? why I gotta look like Diddy though?
Take that.
Hey, everybody. Anyway, it was actually entertaining to say the least. Last but not least, man, before I get to the series that we got going on today, actually no, I'm gonna go ahead and go to that series. Let me read the comments before we get to that series. I'm gonna go with you, Ray, on this one. She's saying, "What's up, Aza?" She said, "Penis problem." What she said? What did I walk into? She talking about
That's crazy work, ain't it?
Before we get to anything else, we got to shout out our sponsor, Michael Wright, attorney at law. If you got any wrongful deaths, personal injuries, just call Mike. Y'all see I got the shirt? Just call Mike at 937-222-7477. And he is not just in Dayton, Ohio. His reach is nationwide. So any legal or any legal problems, just call Mike. He's the sponsor of Against the Grain Sports right now.
Josh Jacobs need to give him a call.
Right, right now.
Yeah.
That's actually a true statement to be made right there. He really needs to. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, if y'all want to talk about that, but let's talk about this, Ray. We got Game 5. Y'all remember back in the day when Ali fought Joe Frazier, and they just kept going back and forth and back and forth. That's what we see. This series has not disappointed to the least bit. It's 2-2. The Thunder end up getting their home court back by winning one of the games in San Antonio. The game tonight is at 8:30. We just seeing colossal collision between the number 1 MVP in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the number 3 in the MVP voting in Wembanyama. Ray, talk to me about Game 5. What happens?
I can't tell what will happen, but I know what shouldn't happen. I hope for damn sure that Shay and Wimby stay off the goddamn ground. These dudes spend more time on the ground cleaning up the ground than they do playing actual basketball. Um, Wimby, because they pulling him on the ground every single time, and Shay trying to call a goddamn foul. But Nevertheless, man, this is the era of basketball we in, so I guess I can't sound like the old head and I gotta roll with it. But I do like what Wemby has done. I like the look that's in his eyes when he say like, hey, he the MVP. He's the MVP. I'm about to prove to y'all that he ain't the MVP. And so what he's been doing, I'm like, I like what he's doing. He has to rebound better than he did in game 3. Game 4, he did better. Because him having 3 to 4 rebounds in game, I think that was game 3, can't happen. He gotta be at walking double double each night. Hell, if he can pull a triple double, do that. But I like Chet. I like what Wimby's doing. I like what he's doing to Chet and Hartenstein. Uh, and I like the X Factor. I like Castle. Castle's doing his thing, and then bringing my boy back, De'Aaron Fox. I know he's not all the way healthy with that ankle, but if he can do what he did, space the floor, knock down the threes that he was knocking down, or just to spread the floor, just to keep the defense honest, I like the Spurs winning tonight. I think the Spurs actually have to win tonight to win
Okay.
the series.
Ken Ming said OKC wins tonight, though. He said Chet better do something tonight, damn it. So on Spurs, what do you think, man? We got a 3-game series right now. It's the best of 3 now. Let's cut those other games out, and you're gonna have 2 games at least in Oklahoma.
OKC.
Possibly, yeah.
What do you think, man? What do you think in this matchup of 2 colossal titans that we may see for the next 5 to 6 years?
Well, the Spurs have the upper hand right now because they're healthier. I mean, you got to think about what's the guy, Jalen Williams is probably not going to play again with a hamstring. If he does play, a hamstring's not an ankle. If your hamstring's fucked up, you can't play basketball. And
True.
AJ Mitchell, they already ruled him out. So, I mean, you got SGA is like the only guy that can create his own shot. It's going to be interesting to see if they can. They're playing at home today, so I expect their role players will play better. But Chet was an all-star this year. Was he an all-star?
He was all-star. Yeah, he was all-star.
He's going to have to show up, though. That dude ain't done shit. I don't know if he's scared of Wemby, but the only time he does anything was Wemby sitting on the bench. Other than that, he's just out there just getting dunked on, and Wemby's blocking his shots up and down the court. So if Chet shows up tonight, I think they'll have a shot. I do think that somehow I think Oklahoma City will find a way to win this game since they're playing at home, and they know the importance of this game. Not that the Spurs don't, but Oklahoma City's been through this. And I think them playing at home today, they know it's a must-win for them because they know if they lose tonight, it's going to be over Thursday night. So I think Oklahoma City is going to take up business today. Let's see how they're going to call this game because in Game 4, they let the Spurs be very physical with SGA. We'll see if they let the referees let them do the same thing in tonight's game. But I think Oklahoma City will find a way to win tonight.
Well, I'm gonna go against the grain, and I'm gonna agree with Ray. I'm gonna go with my Spurs, and I've been riding with the Spurs. I know people like, well, you're a homer, but I mean, if my team is this good, it's just that good. I can't help it. And I told y'all this before the season even started, and I told y'all when the playoffs started that I had the Spurs because they don't know any better. And like I said, people keep talking about the other guys. Y'all can laugh at all y'all want, but Harrison Barnes comes in and he hit a couple big shots in the last couple games to kind of give you about 14 minutes a game, 15 minutes a game. He's the only guy on the roster that actually has a championship on the Spurs roster. And sometimes we don't look at those small numbers because we don't think it affects the game, but it absolutely does. And my thing is what we got to give credit is the defense that Carter Bryant is playing on SGA. I think we're not taking that in consideration either. This guy is 6'6". He's about the same length pause as SGA. Anyway,
same dude that was crying the other night, right?
Huh?
That's the same nigga that was crying the light-skinned nigga that was crying the other night, right?
Hey, listen, man. Sometimes you got to shed a tear or two. But my thing is,
okay, Drake.
Hey, Iceman, baby, Iceman, baby. Hey, make them pay. You're gonna make them pay. But yeah, man, my thing is this, man. I look at the Spurs having a deep roster, and now, like you said, the injury report shows that they're not going to be without Jalen Williams. It's going to be hard for them to keep pace with this Spurs team. So, like I said, I got the Spurs tonight. I'm looking for Wemby to not have to carry the load offensively, though. I'm looking for other guys to contribute. Dylan Harper has not had that signature game that we're looking for. He had it in Game 1 where he had 24. Where is that follow-up game been? You know, I want to see another game where he give you another 24. Like I remember, I won't even have a game he had against the Portland Trailblazers. Remember when Wemby didn't play that game? In that third quarter, he absolutely took over that game. And De'Aaron Fox, like I said, we can rest De'Aaron Fox as much as we can. But this is going to go down to the wire. Now, this is what I'm gonna go to you, Ray, on this one. I don't like, you know me, I don't like talking about the referees. I don't. I think the referees, they're gonna call it how they want to call it. But it seems like SGA is out there flopping on the ground like a fish, and people are not even touching him. Now, if we get a little bit physical with him, I get it. But they're absolutely the one De'Aaron Fox literally let him and walked away and turned his back to him, gave him room to land, and they still called it a foul. I don't like talking about the rest, but in this situation, now that you see that they didn't get the calls in game 4, they got blown out. What do you think about that, Ray?
That's what I'm talking about. Like that's exactly what I've been talking about. When I talk about the refs, I'm talking about stuff like that. Not every little ticky tack call and stuff like that, but it's the stuff that do affect the game. It's those calls that don't affect the game, the ones that aren't called that affect the game, and the ones that are called that affects the game. And what we've seen it's like the different officiating crews like. So you mean to tell me you can Chet and Hartenstein is grabbing Wemby's arm while he's trying to go up and grab rebounds, not being called, but then the Phantom blow by SGA is he's shooting, he just falling just to try to sell a call, and he's getting those. It does something to the flow of the game. It messes up the morale of a player. Jody, you play basketball, so I'm sure you play basketball. Hell, even if it's a pickup game, if you're not getting the calls, it does something to the way that you try to play defense. It dictates how physical you want to be or how physical you can be. And so, to me, that is going to be a huge factor going through what this game, see how this game is going to be officiated tonight. And if OKC isn't getting the calls, and if Shea isn't getting the calls, how does he play? Does he play like the MVP that he is, the two-time MVP that he has become? Because the boy can ball. He doesn't have to do the theatrics. He can literally go out there and just play basketball. Is that going to affect the way he's been playing? Because somebody then told him that this is how you get over. If they ain't calling it, keep doing this. And I'm okay with that if they're not going to call it, but I want to see pure basketball. Just go out there and play. I want to see if that's going to be the factor tonight.
Right. So what do you think about that? What do you think about the referee? We don't like to talk about this, and we're going to keep it, pretty much short and sweet with the referee. You see what happened when they were called, the calls that they were getting early on, not just in this series, but in other series.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't quite get it in game 4, and you seen the lopsided score. Do you think that the Oklahoma City can rebound and adjust to not getting those type of calls?
I saw an interview today with Kenny Smith. He was on the Pivot. I love that show. And Kenny Smith was saying they start calling it flopping. He said, well, this shit was going on when I was playing. Kenny Smith said that they were just saying he's drawing a foul. They didn't use the word flopping. And now they have social media and they show all these angles and slow motion and shit. He said this shit's been going on forever. But if you can sell a call, I guess it works. It does kind of mess up the flow of the game sometimes but the referees are calling it. I'm falling. James Harden started this shit. He's the one that really, really took his flopping thing to the level we're at now. So I don't know, man. If he don't get any help today, I don't give a damn how many times he falls on the floor. They're going to lose. If he don't get help today, the Spurs will beat them.
Okay. Kathy said, I'm tired of all these players flopping around like a damn fish out of water. But my thing is, like, I don't really want to talk about the referees. The reason why I don't want to talk about the referees is because, it is what it is. They're going to call what it's called, and whatever they call is what's going to go. We can't say and be like, oh, they didn't call this foul, they called this foul, and then they change the rule, they change the score. They're not going to do that. They'll say they'll make it better. They'll do something in the next game. So I think that if they call it straight up and down, I don't think Oklahoma City, without Jalen Williams, has a chance to beat San Antonio if they call it down the middle. If they call it straight up, I don't want anything in favor of the Spurs. I don't want anything in favor of Oklahoma City. I just want to see, like Ray said, just straight up basketball, and let's see what team is the best team right there. But I got Spurs tonight. Ray got Spurs tonight, and so you got OKC, right? Is that correct?
I'm not saying it with confidence, but yeah, but that's who I'm picking. Man, it just worries me. I'm not a Thunder fan or anything. It's just the way the Spurs dominated Game 4, bro. I just want to know if they're gonna let them play that same physical defense tonight. It wouldn't shock me if Castle got 2 quick fouls in this game, and that fucks up the whole Spurs game. But we'll see. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens.
Well, like I said, we're gonna continue talking, but so you posted that you just said that Boston Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla has won Coach of the Year.
Is that your guy?
Not after what he did in Game 7 against the 76ers. Like what he did against the 76ers to me was fireable. And if he didn't have a championship, I think he would have got it. If he hadn't won a championship a couple years ago, I think he's fired after the bullshit he pulled in Game 7. You losing 3-1 lead, and nobody's talking about him losing his job, but everybody else, we talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers getting swept and saying they need to get rid of this and get rid of that. But we're not talking about in round 1, you have a 3-1 lead over the 76ers with home court advantage. And you got a guy that's second team on NBA, should have been first team on NBA. You had Jason Tatum back, who's been playing fantastic basketball. So talk to me about that Joe Mazzulla winning Coach of the Year.
I think they gave it to the wrong coach. I think the Spurs coach should have got Coach of the Year. I mean, it went from nothing to something overnight. I know they have Wemby, but I mean, no one expected the Spurs to make the jump that they did. But sometimes winning that Coach of the Year could be a curse. So maybe it's a blessing to the skies to not win Coach of the Year. But I mean, Boston, he did do a great job regular season, considering they didn't have Jason Tatum. Whether you think him or Brown's a better player, he didn't play most of the season. So for them to have a really great record like they did was pretty impressive. But I think they gave it to the wrong coach.
Okay. Ray, what do you think about Joe Mazzulla winning? Of course, they probably gave it to him like what Sol just said, that they didn't have Jason Tatum majority of the year. Jaylen Brown played out of his mind. But he beat out Bickerstaff from Detroit, and he beat out Mitch Johnson from the Spurs. Do you think that they made the right call to Coach of the Year?
Yes, I do. Not having Jason Tatum being Batman to that team, it was a big thing, and still had the second best record in the East. In the East, that's saying something. That means he was coaching his ass off. Yes. Do I think the Spurs coach should have won? I mean, I think he could have won for sure. I think Detroit's coach should have won just because it's Detroit. Hell, when was the last time Detroit basketball been good? I mean, was
Larry
it
Brown?
Yeah, so I'm okay with either of those 3 coaches winning it, but they gave it to Mazzulla, or he earned it. From what I can tell, he earned it because he really had to coach that team up. And I know, Jody, you saying that it was fireable, but Jason Tatum going out proved that they really needed him to win. So,
but he went out and he only didn't play Game 7.
I know,
5 and 6.
I know, but it is what it is. I think that's a thing that we definitely got to talk about. But I wish Mike was here for that one.
Right. And my thing is,
he won't show up for that.
This is what made it fireable for me. And of course, like I said, and I said this on the show, there's no way you lose a 3-1 lead. But of course, this is a regular season award. So his playoffs had nothing to do with the indicative of him in the regular season. Regular season, I don't have a problem with him winning in the regular season. I just wish that they would start naming an MVP as soon as they name the defense player of the year. They named the defense player of the year as soon as the season was over. So why are you taking all day to do the coach of the year, rookie of the year, MVPs? Why are you waiting until conference playoffs to name these guys? Because now you got people, I don't know if the votes had already been tallied up, but now, like, look at me. I'm up here questioning Joe Mazzulla, who just won coach of the year, because you played 3 guys that don't even normally get in the goddamn game. You played 3 guys, and they played 9 minutes in a Game 7 at home. And you know you needed every fucking point in every fucking minute. And you didn't even play Vucevic, none, in that whole game. And you were shorthanded at the center position. At the very least, he could have made Joel Embiid play some defense and come away from the basket. At least tire Embiid out a little bit. You didn't do any of that. You played Graza, who don't even fucking play unless you're blowing a team out. So that's in a Game 7. It looked like he gave it away. And I'm looking at Red Arbuckle, KC Jones, the two head coaches, Bill Russell rolling over in his grave, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Dennis Johnson, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, looking like Ray Allen, Rondo, like, what the fuck? You ain't never seen a Celtic team lose a 3-1 lead in history.
You can now.
Exactly.
First time for everything.
So my thing is, where does Missoula go from here? We know about the turmoil well, it's not a turmoil internally, it's more of an external because of what Jaylen Brown, him and Stephen A. Smith get into it. Stephen A. Smith talking about nobody in the locker rooms like Jaylen Brown, and I got receipts, and Jason Tatum ain't been on your live stream. Just a whole bunch of bull crap.
Dude sound like a teenage girl, like I said, man. Stephen A. Smith be on that bullshit sometimes. A lot of the times.
Congratulations to Joe Mazzulla winning Coach of the Year. And like I said, we're going to talk about the Knicks got a whole week off, and then we're going to talk about the Spurs and the Thunder because that's a 3-game series. But that's the NBA portion. We got to get over to the NFL if we could. And the NFL portion of Against the Grain Sports is brought to you by Michael Wright, attorney at law. If you got a wrongful death, personal injury, anything with any legal stipulations, you can give Mike a call. Just like the shirt say, call Mike at 937-222-7477. But I know Soul is going to love this one right here. NFL news. Quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Aaron Rodgers, said this is his final season. How do you feel about this, sir?
I'm glad he's announcing this. I wish he retired 2 years ago, like Ray was saying about LeBron, but he keeps hanging on. It's going to be his last season. It's going to be a terrible fucking season. They are not going to go. They're not going to win 9 games like the Steelers normally do and sneak in the playoffs, win the division or wild card. It's going to be a terrible season. Pittsburgh Steelers probably going to win 5-6 games this year. He's going to throw his old new head coach. He's going to burn him in the car like he's going to try to burn down and call the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. It's not going to end well for Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. I don't think that team's very good. The defense is old. They have DK Metcalf on offense, and he likes to beat up fans during the game. It ain't going to end well.
Okay. Ray, what do you think about that? Aaron Rodgers actually finally said this. So now next year, we ain't got to worry about this shit. That was my problem.
Unless he changed his mind.
That we were going to have to, right, unless he pull a Brett Favre. But we know that Aaron Rodgers is a D. We know Aaron Rodgers love the attention. So he probably saying this next year, especially if they make a run and they make the playoffs again, he going to want to try to run it back. But what do you feel about this, Aaron Rodgers saying this is his final season?
I'm happy as hell. I'm ecstatic. Hell, he's another one that I felt like 3-4 years ago should have retired. Him and LeBron, they should have sailed into the sunset together on a banana boat. Never mind. Anyway, I'm glad he announced it. I'll leave it at
that. Kathy said he wishes him he would just go away. This is my thing, guys. With I'm not gonna the LeBron. I think LeBron should have stuck around, and the reason why is because he's helping so many other players out. I say that all the time. LeBron is helping so many other players. Hey, Ashley, Light Bright in the building. She brightens up the show every time she get on there. What's going on, sweetheart? My thing is this: LeBron, I'm okay with that because he's helping the players. Even if he don't win the championship, he's getting these guys the contracts. They don't sign these TV deals without LeBron James. But Aaron Rodgers, on the other hand, I don't think nobody gives a fuck if Aaron Rodgers is there or not. I don't think that he going to the Jets was a waste of time. He had 5 total victories with the New York Jets in 2 seasons. He come over to Pittsburgh, and you lose to the Cleveland Browns at the end of the season. You down there you needed a missed field goal by the Baltimore Ravens to even get into the playoffs. Like Soul said, DK Metcalf out there whooping fans and shit. I don't know what he said for you to put your hands on a fan. What did you say? We still don't know what this motherfucker said. They get rid of their running attack. The offensive line is still in shambles. I think Aaron Rodgers didn't. And the crazy thing, if you look at the numbers, Aaron Rodgers didn't have a bad fucking season. Yeah. And he never does because he doesn't turn the ball over. He doesn't throw interceptions. So it looked like he's having, because he holds the ball, or remember you said that Cam Ward, he throw the ball in the stands?
Hell yeah.
Aaron Rodgers will throw that bitch in the stands. He is not going to take a sack, and he's not going to throw an interception. Because if you look at his interception to touchdown rate, he has one of the best in NFL history. But I'm very ecstatic because this means that the Steelers are going to struggle this year, and then next year they're going to struggle again because they have to find a quarterback. So they can't be sold with the guys they got in camp. They can't be sold on Will Howard. They can't be sold on Drew Aller. So that means they're going to have to go back into the draft and try to find them a Ben Roethlisberger. This reminds me back of the early 2000s when they had Cordell Stewart and then they transitioned to Tommy Maddox before getting Ben Roethlisberger. So I'm all about it. As a Cleveland fan, I'm all about it because now we could probably fucking catch up. So I'm glad he announcing it, and I hope he has the most horrible season that he possibly can have. I hope he has a Jets season where he only wins 5 games. That's what
he would definitely go out there and say, "I did my job. Everybody else didn't do theirs." Everybody that dude.
Yeah, and then you're gonna see after he gets sacked, he's gonna be looking into the screen like this. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
So speaking of that, Soul on Sports.
Yes, sir.
Now Aaron Rodgers said he's calling it quits. Where do you rank Aaron Rodgers all-time quarterbacks?
Ooh, that's a good one. He's definitely top 10. Possibly top 5. He's I would say 7. I'll put him in the top 7 in the NFL.
You come on, this against you better tell me who ahead of him.
First of all, Warren Moon's ahead of everybody. This is my fucking list.
What the hell?
This is my fucking. I love Warren Moon. It's my fucking favorite quarterback.
Okay. You got Warren Moon. Okay, Warren Moon. Who you
Ray fucking killing himself over there. I'm gonna go. Joe Montana, of course. Cheating ass Tom Brady. I'm gonna put him up there.
Okay.
I'm gonna put I'm running out of quarterbacks already. I think Brett Favre is better than Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna put Brett Favre above Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
I think Dan Marino was better than Aaron Rodgers.
5.
I'm gonna go John Elway's better than Aaron Rodgers.
6.
Boom, right there. That's 6 right there.
So no Peyton Manning.
That's what I'm saying.
No Patrick Mahomes.
I'm not putting Mahomes up there because he's gonna pass him, but he's still playing.
He's better than him right now.
He's better than him now, but that's
and he's only played 8 seasons.
Right.
Yeah, like that.
3 balls.
8.
8, yeah. He's been in there 8 seasons.
Because remember this first year,
8, 9. He going into his 9th.
But shit, you know what? He might be a 12, like the jersey number he wears.
He wore 8. He wore the number 8.
Oh, with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he wore 8. Kathy said Otto Graham, and she said the reason why she said Dan Fouts, she got a crush on Dan Fouts. So that don't count, Kathy. That don't count.
Dan Fouts is like 87, right?
Hey, Dan Fouts is a smooth brother, man. Ray, where do you got Aaron Rodgers all-time quarterback list?
He not in my top 10.
Really?
No.
Talk to me.
Boomer Esiason. Jeff Blake.
Bentley Klingler.
He not better than Carson, man. No.
Carson was a bad boy, though, man.
Carson Palmer was my guy. Oh, I hated the way the Bengals did him, but nah, he's not in my top 10. I'm taking part of Soul's list for sure, except for that Warren Moon.
Right. That's my favorite quarterback, dog.
That's my quarterback. But no, I'm taking. Of course, I'm taking Brady, Montana. I'm taking Elway. I'm taking Marino. I'm taking Mahomes. I'm definitely taking. If he can say Warren Moon, I can say Joe Burrow.
What the hell going on this show? What the
hell? Peyton. I'm taking Peyton Manning. I'm taking
Andre Ware.
It's but it's some guys that I'm definitely taking ahead of. And he probably be right on the outside of 10, right out there, 11, 12 looking in.
Now, guys,
that was just off the cuff.
I think like we are prisoners of sometime of today's moment, and I got to put Aaron Rodgers in my top 10. He's a top 10 quarterback for sure. I mean, his touchdown to interception ratio is absolutely amazing. 4-time MVP, or is it 5 times? No, 4 times. 4 times
Four.
MVP. I mean, he does have a Super Bowl. I mean, this guy, he throws one of the prettiest balls. Pause.
That would be Warren Moon. His balls are prettier.
Yo,
Whoa.
hey, Ray, get back here. Did you hear what he just said?
Yo.
I don't know what.
Nasty
Listen,
work.
but if I'm gonna put a list together, I got Patrick Mahomes. Y'all know I got him number 1. Y'all know how.
Imagine that.
I got Patrick Mahomes. I got Tom Brady, Joe Montana. That's top 3. Then right outside, I got Peyton Manning at 4. At 5, I got John Elway. So that's my top 5. John Elway. Then we're looking at Dan Marino. I don't care he didn't have to win a Super Bowl. That boy was a bad boy. Drew Brees.
Oh, forgot about Drew Brees.
We got. I think Drew Brees is better than Aaron Rodgers. I think he had a better career. I think he was more durable, because people forget Aaron Rodgers used to miss a lot of games with a broken collarbone. Y'all remember all them games he used to miss in the mid 2010s with them collarbones? When people forget about that. So, yeah, I got him. Him and Brett Favre are equal to me. Like, Brett Favre just he was a quote unquote gunslinger. He would throw too many interceptions in crucial situations. Aaron Rodgers he wouldn't even take a chance. He'll take a sack or throw the ball away and then blame somebody else. So what's the difference between the two? At least Brett Favre was trying. So I'll actually I got Aaron Rodgers probably at the 8 or 9 position on my list. I got him 8 or 9, which is, I mean, we talking about some of the best quarterbacks in the world, but I do have Drew Brees. Now, guys, I got a question. So I'm going with you first. Is Ben Roethlisberger better than Aaron Rodgers?
No, he's not.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
He's not better than A-Rod.
He's not better.
No.
Ray,
no.
is Ben Roethlisberger. I keep mispronouncing his name. He just strong-armed a lot of things off the field. Is he better than Aaron Rodgers?
Hell no.
You don't think so?
No.
He got 2 bowls.
Yeah. But shoot, Marino better than him, and he got none. So the Super Bowls isn't the factor for me. I think when you watch what Ben was doing, Ben was a more physical Josh Allen.
So you think, so you saying that Aaron Rodgers is better than
Yes.
Okay. That's a tough one for me, because I guess being firsthand a Cleveland fan, seeing what Ben Roethlisberger did to us, he had a better record. He was 22-3-1 against the Browns in Cleveland.
Being Roethlisberger, y'all. That's why you. That's why.
Right. I really.
What was he doing to the dog pound, man, Jody? What was he doing?
He probably was the real Michael Vick. Okay, let me say.
I'm not gonna say that.
I ain't gonna lie. Hey, he was Tony Montana too. He had the tiger in the backyard on the chain, running around. He owned us too.
Yeah, but
I ain't gonna lie.
But like I said, I got Aaron Rodgers better than him. So Ray, Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers?
I'm taking Drew Brees.
Okay. Why?
Just what Drew left everything out on the field, like every time. And when there was just his leadership, to me that speaks volumes on what you are as a quarterback. And he didn't have as much talent at wide receiver. He just went out there and got it done. So
he did make a lot of receivers. He did make a lot of, but and Aaron Rodgers
and did too.
He made a lot of people too, because
Devontae Adams wouldn't know nothing about Lazard.
Yeah, but Devontae Adams wasn't supposed to be Devontae Adams. He was a 2nd round pick. He wasn't supposed to be as good as
True.
So, Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers?
I'm gonna give Aaron Rodgers the slight edge, because I think he's a little more athletic than Drew Brees, and he can throw on the run. I give him that edge, so I'll go Aaron Rodgers in that.
Drew Brees could throw on the run too. He just was shorter than everybody, so he had to throw that mug to the heavens.
I just gotta go.
That was one of the prettiest.
I gotta go slightly Drew, and it's very much splitting hairs. Very much splitting hairs. I just knew Drew got fucked over on the Super Bowl with the Rams call. That was a year that when Jared Goff loses to the New England Patriots, he never got an opportunity to get back to Super Bowl, and he never won an MVP. I didn't like that Drew didn't win an MVP, but he got more 5,000-yard seasons than anybody in history. That's kind of made me scratch my head. But I like Drew a little bit better. Soul and Sports. Steve Young or Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers. He did a lot longer. Steve Young didn't play long enough for me. I'm gonna go Aaron Rodgers. I've never been a big Steve Young fan.
You ain't got to be a fan. Let's take our bias. Rondell Barber.
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers over Steve Young.
Hey, you talking to the same guy that just put Warren Moon in the GOAT category?
Right. Hey, he's my GOAT, okay?
No doubt, I give you that.
When I do meme, I'm probably speechless. I ain't gonna know what the fuck to say.
I met him. I mean,
hey, how you doing, sir?
He's a cool guy. So who you got? Steve Young or Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, me, I got
Ray.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go Aaron Rodgers in that one, and I love Steve Young. Steve Young was my guy, but he didn't do it as long as Aaron, like you said, Aaron can still have a 3,500 or 3,800 yard year and still be right up there with the best of them. Like that's just what he does. But yeah, he's better than Steve Young just for the longevity part of it.
Yeah, Steve Young was bit by being drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he wasted his first 2 years in Tampa Bay, and then he sits behind Joe Montana another 3 years. So it's like you wasted 5 years of excellence that we missed on Steve Young. But I don't think he's Steve Young if he doesn't play for the 49ers either, though, guys. I don't know if he's as good without that West Coast offense. I think him and Joe Montana ran that West Coast offense as good as anybody I've probably ever seen in NFL history run the West Coast offense. Because Walsh made those offenses off of their skill sets, both of those guys' skill sets. But I would agree. I got Aaron Rodgers over him. Kathy said Aaron Rodgers. I got one. Ray, Terry Bradshaw or Aaron Rodgers.
I'm going Aaron Rodgers because they didn't throw the ball as much back then. They were very run first, pass second offense back then, just how all the teams were. Wasn't nobody going out there lighting it up through the air like that. So Aaron Rodgers is gonna have that advantage over him just because of that alone.
Okay. So what do you think? Terry Bradshaw or Aaron Rodgers?
Definitely on Aaron Rodgers over Terry Bradshaw. I agree with everything Ray said. It was a different day and age. It was all about Franco Harris running the ball and playing great defense. Not that Terry Bradshaw wasn't a good quarterback. They had good wide receivers, but I just think it was a different day. I would definitely go Aaron Rodgers.
I'm gonna go Aaron Rodgers just because of the skill set. But if you're looking at Terry Bradshaw, won an MVP, guys. Like he won an MVP once, won 4 Super Bowl, and a lot of people penalize him for what I hate that people get penalized for having a good team. And we're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers was built completely through the draft. Everybody was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. This wasn't the day and age where you can go grab this guy from over here. The Pittsburgh Steelers literally built their team strictly through the draft. Terry Bradshaw played it, and plus those quarterbacks like him and Kenny Stabler, they wanted to throw the long ball. That's all they wanted to throw the deep pass. They wanted to get the fastest receivers and throw the deep ball. And all the accuracy didn't matter. That's why so many of those quarterbacks back in the day had so many interceptions. The Dan Fouts, the Fran Tarkentons, all Hall of Famers, the Joe Namath, they threw the long ball, and it was a lack of it was a lack of having to be precise with your passes. And then also too, in today's game, how many fucking wide receiver screens can you throw? That's a high percentage pass. It's like a fucking run. So
yeah, completions.
That's what I'm saying. And back in the day, they didn't give a fuck about that. They wanted to get the 15 to 18-yard chunks. If you look at the receivers back in the day, the Lynn Swans, the John Stallworths, the Fred Biletnikoffs, the Cliff Branches, those guys averaged anywhere from 17 to 19 yards a reception. Nowadays, you got guys averaging 12 and 13 yards a catch. That's a big difference, guys. So I agree with y'all guys on that, though. Kathy said Danny White was also a punter. Danny White was good. Danny White just fell into a situation in Dallas where they had went off their little 70s and early 80s run, and they didn't have the talent that they had in the 70s. And he was the guy, the transitional quarterback between Roger Staubach and Troy Aikman. And that's what happened to Danny White. But Danny White was damn good.
But Danny White also took the Cowboys to, I think, the 2 NFC Championship games. People don't talk about that shit. I mean, I don't remember Romo or Prescott doing that. That hasn't happened.
But he had a lot of time. He still had Tony Dorsett though. We talking about one of the greatest running backs of all time, Tony Dorsett.
Oh yeah, I love Tony Dorsett.
But I got one for you guys.
I was a Cowboys fan then.
Oh wait, whoa, stop. Wait, what did you just say?
Mm-hmm.
When Tony Dorsett was playing for the Cowboys, I was a Cowboys fan.
So
I only changed. I was like maybe 5 years old. My whole family was Cowboy fans, and my uncle was rest in peace. He was in the Air Force. He came home to visit. He's always been a Washington Redskins fan. He's like, oh fuck no, I can't lose another one. So he took me on his wing when I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I've been a Redskins fan ever since.
No doubt.
I was Cowboy. When I growing up, if it wasn't for my uncle, I would probably be a Cowboy fan right now. And
I failed as a father because my father was a Cowboy fan. I failed as a father. I did
call CPS on your ass.
Yeah, I failed as a father.
And the crazy part about it, Lil Jody is a diehard. Like he the one that calls his dad after the Cowboys win. And you see that, Dad?
And that, Jay Kane, the chef, made him a Knicks fan.
That's paying off right now.
His Uncle Gerard made him a Knicks fan. Hey, Andrew mic'd up in the building. He said, Ray, what's up? Welcome back to you.
Yo.
Agent said, I have to step away for a second. What are you taking, Ray? Yo, that's crazy. I don't know what's going on. She said, any pretty balls, y'all? Yo, Agent, we don't have time for that right now. This is a wholesome show.
We're talking to
don't come on here bringing your nigga tree.
Ray, Jolie said who threw the prettiest ball. I said who threw the prettiest ball. Now it's your turn. Who's your ball guy?
I refuse to answer that question.
Ray, who's your ball guy, Ray?
I'm my own ball guy. I throw the prettiest ball.
If you had to watch someone throw a ball, who would you like to watch?
Hey, speaking of quarterbacks, guys, in modern day, we got the Los Angeles Rams.
God damn, that's a lot of money.
Signing Matthew Stafford to a extension. So he has a 1-year extension for $55 million. They owe him a guaranteed $50 million this year. So for the next 2 years, you get $105 million, which is not even the richest quarterback deal in the league. He's like 5th or 6th still. Like we like that's a lot of money. He's not over Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow. He's not over
He's not over Mahomes.
Not over Mahomes. I don't know if he's over Mahomes or not, because remember Mahomes signed that team. He was kind of making like $45 million.
He's not over Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I gotta look. Yeah,
Lamar might get a new deal too.
Josh Allen, I think Josh Allen is at 57 or 58. So
yeah, all of them got their deals after Joe Burrow, after Mahomes got his deal, and he had his for a nice little minute, and then everybody else superseded that.
Yeah. Kathy said, I completely failed out of 6 kids. Only my son was a Cleveland Browns fan. And she said she liked Dan Fouch and Jim Zork. So, Ray, what do you feel about, they signed him to an extension. So that means he has 2 more years at the quarterback position. Mm-hmm. But they draft Ty Simpson with the 13th pick of the draft. Can you make heads or tails of this? Ray?
Oh, absolutely. What they're about to do is, listen. He just came off an MVP season, right? So, but he's on his way out the door at the same time, right? Who wins their first MVP in their last couple of seasons in the league? So you keep him around. He's still playing at a high clip, but he's on that way out. You let him Ty Simpson sit behind him, pause. And learn. learn from him.
The ball, right?
See how he throws it. I'm gonna stand behind you and watch how you throw it.
Hey, look back at it, Ray. Look back at it.
Make sure you get waxed before this happens.
Look back at it. It's all good.
But no, so I think it was a beautiful idea. I think they're gonna be looking, so you can almost guarantee that or see that Todd Simpson, if he develops the right way, that he will be ready to probably take over the reins by 2028 season. It's smart to me.
Okay. All right. So what do you think? They signed him to a 1-year, $55 million extension. So that means he has 2 more years left on his deal. They draft Ty Simpson with the 13th pick overall, quarterback out of Alabama. What do you think, so?
I agree with Ray. I think this is their championship window. They got about 1 to 2 years to try to win a Super Bowl. They were really close last year. You just tell Ty Simpson, hey, you see that clipboard over there? Grab that, take notes, learn all that you can, and be prepared. Be prepared, because the football is a very dangerous sport. We all do know Matthew Stafford has a bad back already. You could be thinking you're not playing. Next you know you Willie Beam, and you look for your helmet to go on the football game. So be prepared. Learn as much as you can from Matthew Stafford. Seems like a nice guy. He probably won't have a problem teaching the youngster how to be a quarterback in this league. So I think it's smart. I think more teams should probably do this.
Hey, King Ming said when he sat behind him, does he hold him like the movie Money Talks, like Chris Tucker?
he said, did he grab you like this, or did he have you like this?
Hey, where your shirt at? I'm going to go completely against the grain on this one. I think this was an absolutely awful situation for the Rams. Paying them the money, I have no problem with you paying Matthew Stafford. With you getting a bargain deal, that's the MVP, and you getting a bargain deal to only have to pay an average of $52.5 million a year. That's crazy that you're saying that's a bargain. Picking Ty Simpson with the 13th pick, when you're probably a play away from getting to the Super Bowl and beating the Seattle Seahawks. A 13th pick, it was all kind of players that was available at the 13th pick that could have helped you right now. Ty Simpson is not going to help you right now. So when you're looking at a playoff, the Rams have aspirations of winning the Super Bowl, not just getting to they're not the Cleveland Browns, they're not the fucking Jets, they're not the New Orleans Saints, they're the fucking Rams, and they look to win championships. And when you have an opportunity to put a person on your team that can help you immediately, I think that the Rams are outthinking themselves on this one. Ty Simpson, and do we even think that Ty Simpson is going to be Matthew Stafford? No, I don't think he has that ability. I like Ty Simpson. I think he's really good. But by the time he takes over the reign, like Ray said, in 28, 29, whatever year, you're not going to have Devontae Adams. He's going to be gone. Devontae Adams won't be there. He's going to be retired. And if he's still there, he's going to be like 37 years old. You're not Puka Nacua. Are you going to re-sign Puka Nacua? Is he still going to be the same receiver in the next few years? Do you still got offensive line help? Or the running backs, is Kyron Williams still going to be at the running back position? The offense is going to look completely different. You got a young defense. I think if you would have went ahead and got Lemon, the wide receiver out of USC with that 13th pick, I think that he would have came in immediately and helped you. If I'm Matthew Stafford, I'm kind of pissed off. And the reason why they gave him this money, right, is because they like, okay, we fucked up. And I think they know they fucked up.
Hush money. That's hush money. No.
Okay, we're going to give you a guaranteed $50 million, and then we're going to pay you another $55 million. And I think if he pays so many games, that's guaranteed. Look, I like Ty Simpson. Y'all know I'm the big Ty Simpson, but not for the Rams. Ty Simpson would have been fantastic for the Arizona Cardinals. He'd been fantastic for the Jets. He'd been but this is where the GMs out fucking think themselves. And this is a situation in LA where they fucking out thought themselves.
Or they did it so Arizona couldn't get them.
But Arizona already picked.
Yeah, I mean, so evidently they didn't want him. And I think at the 13th pick, I don't think they would have had to worry about him being, because everybody outside of that 13 or that first 12, they already got their quarterback. You could have got him in the second round. So I get what you're saying. However, they picked him. So I'm looking at it for, okay, they picked them. I see what you're doing, and I like that you're doing this for your future. Now, the fact that they could have got somebody right now to help them, I get your point, and I will concede to that. You're absolutely right. However, this is the life that we're living right now. So the life that we're living right now is they got them. So you got to make lemons. You got to make lemonade out of those lemons.
So I'm gonna guarantee you, McVay did not make this pick. I'm gonna guarantee you. And if I'm the GM, you better hope this shit works.
But if you remember draft night, that dude was so pissed.
Yeah.
McVay was pissed. And when they asked him and the GM who was sitting next to him, he was like, we'll have a discussion about that later.
McVay looked like he can breathe fire. So we talked about this. We talked about this at length on Against the Grain Sports, and Ray. It was they could have went with the tight end. They could have went with the tight end from Oregon. So he's gonna be a stud. They could use another tight end. They could have went with another running back. They could have went with anything else but a quarterback. And I love the tight end. But you know I love tight ends.
He said it like 4 times in a row.
Hey Ray, there's nothing wrong with a good tight end. But so you telling me okay, he's a number 1 pick. He's a 13th pick in the first round. How many reps is Ty Simpson gonna even fucking get in the next 2 years?
He's probably gonna play the entire preseason because the Rams normally don't play the starters during the preseason, so he's gonna get all those reps. So yeah, and during practice, I don't know if they figure it out. He can get some reps during practice. That's gonna be pretty much it because the Rams have a Super Bowl window that's getting ready to close. They got this year or next year, and that's gonna be it. So he's not gonna get too many reps. That's for damn sure.
This is the same situation that happened in Green Bay. Remember in Green Bay a couple years ago, this is why Aaron Rodgers acted like a little bitch. Call it how it is. He acted like a little bitch because but this situation, they traded back into the first round. Remember, they traded back into the first round to go get Jordan Love, which it worked out for them because Aaron Rodgers wanted another receiver. He wanted some help. He said, look, I just came off MVP. Give me some help. They didn't give him any help. Devontae Adams, they end up losing Devontae Adams because of this as well. Because Devontae Adams like, man, fuck this. I'm not about to stick around this shit. Y'all ain't trying to win. Right. He goes to the Raiders, which was the worst move he probably could have ever did. Everybody, I didn't see Warren Sapp go to the Raiders. I didn't see Randy Moss go to the Raiders. I didn't see Kerry Collins go to the Raiders. I didn't see Devontae Adams. It's nothing good when you go to the Raiders as a fan.
Antonio Brown.
Joe Montana. I mean, not Joe Montana. Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice did good when he went there. He ended up going to 4 Pro Bowls.
He did.
I'm talking about in the last 10 years or so, right? You go to the Raiders. Warren Sapp said,
that was Kansas City.
Yeah, he went to Kansas City, and he actually took them to the AFC Championship game too.
Everywhere that dude went, he was great.
But I'm gonna be real, guys. I don't like the move for the Rams because Seattle is not that much better than, especially with what Seattle lost. Seattle lost there's the MVP of the Super Bowl, Kenneth Walker. They lose Tariq Woolen. They lose the guy that went to the Bengals. Who was the DN went to the Bengals. They lose him. And we know how hard it is to repeat. So if I'm the Rams, I'm not picking. I like Ty Simpson, but Ty Simpson could have went anywhere else but the Rams. Maybe I eat my words in 3 years, but I'm not worried about him being good in 3 years. I'm talking about you got the MVP, right? Right, you got the MVP. Like, okay, so how would you feel if we on the show and we just had a show like we been having? We got 400,000 viewers, and I'm like, you know what? So I got another. I just went and got another anchor in your spot. What you go?
I will be a little salty.
Ray, would you be if I'm like, hey Ray, even though we just did 400,000 views, I went and got another person in your spot that's gonna compete with you after you just won the MVP of analyst.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get it. I would be pissed too, but at the same time, I get what they're doing. I just don't understand why they did it at that spot. That's the only thing I got a complaint with is that where they picked him when they could have got something to help them immediately. So I agree wholeheartedly.
And on top of that, they got fucking torched through the air. So why didn't you go get a defensive fucking back? Anyway, Now that we talking Matthew Stafford, I'm going to go to you, Soul, first. Where is Matthew Stafford? Is he the best quarterback in football right now?
No, that's Josh Allen.
No!
Josh Allen's the best quarterback in football.
Who won the MVP? No, so right, I got who won the MVP? So
that was last year.
No, exactly. Who won the MVP? Who was the last to win the MVP?
Matthew Stafford.
So when
you always say that don't matter because you said they get an MVP to the wrong quarterback all the time.
That's my point. But when you said it, I said Lamar Jackson was better than Josh Allen. You said no because Josh Allen won the MVP. Am I right? Right? Was you here when he said it?
Yeah,
I was here for that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say Matthew Stafford is better than Josh Allen. If anybody picking a team right now, they're gonna pick Josh Allen over Matthew Stafford.
Josh Allen ain't better than Josh Allen.
You don't like Josh Allen?
No,
He's not.
I think he a good ball player, but I don't like that they're forcing him on to us.
You like when somebody
them,
forces somebody over?
no, I do not like it. That's why I don't
You
like him.
You like for them to ask permission first, Ray?
You gotta ask my permission.
You gotta get consent first.
I got all consent.
I don't agree to this. Hold on.
I got all consent forms, right?
Is that a Diddy party consent form right there?
No, I don't like that they doing that. Like, I think he can play, but relax. Like, he's okay.
So who is the best quarterback in football going into next year?
Joe Burrow.
Oh,
Now, I was gonna say
that's not even a joke. That's a real answer.
So, no disrespect. You know, even though I'm a Browns fan, I'm a Joe. Y'all know I keep it over here. And I'm not even gonna say this going into you know who I want to say. Everybody knows who I want to say. I cannot say Patty Mahomes is the best quarterback on next year because he come out.
Nah.
And y'all know I want to say it so fucking bad. Now by week 8 or 9, you know I'm back on the Patty Mahomes. He the best quarterback in football. He the best thing that I ever seen in a quarterback throwing the ball downfield. But it's got to be Matthew Stafford, guys. It's got to be Matthew Stafford going into this season. He just won the MVP. And it wasn't even close. The MVP, the second best quarterback was not even Josh Allen. It was fucking Drake May, according to the voters. That's according to the voters, guys. It was Drake May. And we know Drake May ain't in the fucking top 5.
Right. So to me, they're the best by default. Like
I'm talking about Matthew Stafford earned it. I think Matthew Stafford has earned it.
I think he was the best, or he's the MVP by default.
He put up numbers. I think he would have beat anybody out for the MVP. I think his numbers spoke for itself.
Well, Jody, stop, because the numbers don't always tell the story. Because two other quarterbacks had probably three other quarterbacks, but definitely 2 for a fact I know had better numbers than Josh Allen the year before. He won MVP.
And I thought Lamar Jackson should have won it. You know me, Lamar Jackson should have won it. And Lamar Jackson beat him in the regular season in a head-to-head matchup.
So who's better?
I think better between them?
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Just because you win the MVP, just because your numbers are better, doesn't mean that you're always going to get the MVP. But this year, just so happenly, they finally found the right chemistry or found the right formula and say, oh, you got better numbers than him. You have to be, because guess what? They couldn't give it to Josh Allen. They couldn't give it to Lamar Jackson. They couldn't give it to Joe Burrow. They wasn't going to give it to Drake May. So he won it by default.
I think his numbers and his record, and I think that Matthew Stafford winning MVP was long overdue.
Facts. Now that I agree.
That has something to do with it too. They won't ever say that, but it has.
And that's you, so with your damn voters fatigue.
It's true. That's just true, though.
We know that they get voters fatigue because there was no way that Lamar Jackson doesn't win it over Josh Allen just 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's great. Key Mink said this show is too funny, like Shannon Sharp claiming he doesn't know who Pinky and Jada Fire is. Everybody know who Pinky is. I'm talking about the little
Pinky. Not a Jada Fire fan, but I do like me some Pinky.
I'm not either. I'm more of a Cherokee the ass.
Ooh, Give me Roxy.
I got one. I got one for y'all. If y'all know I'm nasty. Bethany Benz. Look her up. That motherfucker cold in the motherfucker, boy.
Hey, y'all see the black dude with the glasses to be critiquing those porn stars? What's that? Somebody I was looking at one of the videos today, and they said that nigga name is Seaman A. Smith.
Hey, yo, that's
anybody look, y'all ain't got to do it on air, but look up Bethany Benz, and y'all will thank me later. But anyway. Last question I got about Matthew Stafford. Soul on Sports. Is Matthew Stafford a Hall of Famer?
Ooh. Yeah, he's better than Eli. And I don't think Eli. Yeah, he's better. I would say, yeah, he's getting in. Got an MVP or Super Bowl? Yeah, he's getting in.
Okay. Ray, is Matthew Stafford a Hall of Famer?
Nah, because he beat my Bengals. But other than that, yes.
Come on, Ray.
Nah, hell, man, y'all know we got cheated. Y'all saw it.
Listen, man. I think Matthew Stafford has earned. I think with the MVP season he had this year, so now he can. We got guys that went their whole career without winning an MVP, being Ben Roethlisberger, whatever you want to call him. Eli Manning never won an MVP. Drew Brees never won an MVP. And I think all three of those guys are going to be a Hall of Famer. Phillip Rivers never won an MVP. He may actually get in at some point, but now you got to wait another 20 years to get in because he came back to football. But I
I
think
need that
Matthew Stafford.
insurance.
I think Matthew Stafford is a Hall of Fame. I think that
I think
he first. I don't think he's a first ballot. I think it's going to take him a couple ballots to get in because he only has what I think only two. He only has two Pro Bowl appearances.
He went on the Super Bowl. He might get in first ballot.
Yeah. If he would have won this year, I think this was the year he should have really got that. I think if he would have won this year, he would have retired this year though. I really think.
Now they offering a $55 million contract extension. They ain't retiring. Fuck that.
Hey, I'm retiring. Listen, I'm retiring right on top.
Yo,
if I'm him.
You gonna do what, Ray?
I'm retiring right on top.
Ray, you ready to finish on top?
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes.
I agree.
Hey,
sometimes, all the time.
I agree.
Said yes. She said Matthew Stafford. Yes. King said yeah. He's better than Joe Namath and Matt goes into the Hall of Fame. So Rivers is going into the Hall of Fame having kids. And then I think she said Kathy said she think that Matthew Stafford got 3 Pro. He may have 3 Pro Bowlers, not 2. But I know it's not that many. I know he went years without making a Pro Bowl. Even when he
been on some bad Detroit Lions teams too, though, bro.
Yeah, he threw 5,000 yards and still didn't make the Pro Bowl that year.
They won't win no fucking games in Detroit. Nah. I think he went to playoffs maybe twice when he was out there. Not very often.
So I got one more thing, and once again, the next segment we're going to college football. And college football is on Against the Grain Sports is brought to you by Michael Wright, attorney at law. You have any personal injury, deaths, wrongful deaths, anything like that, call Mike. I was on the commercial. Y'all see me on the commercial? I was on the commercial. Call Mike. And you can call him at 937-222-7477. And you could reach him anywhere in America. Just call him up, call the office of Michael Wright, and they'll get you together. This question right here is crazy. This really got some legs. So college football is considering expanding the playoffs to 16 to 24 teams. They said this is going to benefit the SEC and, of course, the Big Ten. And then this is going to be what the infinity stone that is needed to only make 2 conferences. This is what they're trying to get is 2 power conferences, the SEC and the Big Ten. They're trying to do away with the ACC and the Big 12 and any other conference that think they can compete. So, Sport, are you a fan of the expansion from 12 to 16 and potentially 24 teams?
No, I'm not, because to be honest with you, dog, there's probably 4 to 6 teams that can actually win the championship. So, no, I don't agree with it. But if you look at the business side of it, it's about money. They know they have more teams and people are going to be watching. Hopefully they keep Tulane and some of these other teams out of the tournament. But no, I don't agree with it. But just like the basketball tournament, I'm not shocked they're going to have more games because there's more money.
Okay. King Ming said Ray being like Color Purple scene when dude died on top of the lady when he was retired. Kathy said, I could be wrong. I am old. I would be 61 in June. My birthday is in June, too. I would be 47. And then Kimmy said, Jody in the commercial is not wearing all white and driving a drop top. Something is going around. It's crazy. So, Ray, what do you think about the potential expansion? Remember, we had 4 teams. They went from 4 completely to 12, and now they're trying to go 16 to 24. What do you think about that, Ray?
I don't like it, but I knew it was inevitable. They got to recoup all this money that they're paying out in NIL. So when you really look at that, they like, okay, well, all right, money going out, we need a way to recoup. And so now you're going to start seeing some of those Snoop Dogg bowls and Pop-Tart bowls and all those other bowls being included into some of these 12 game, because that's all they're doing is absolving those bowl games, and now they're going to make them into games that actually really matter. But I don't like it, but we knew it was going to happen. I think we talked about this a year or two ago. We said they bet not do it, but here it is. It's really gained some legs, and now we're seeing. I can see the 24 being what it is, and just being a flat out tournament. But with all this shared revenue and games being dispersed on different networks and streaming devices, they gotta find ways to recoup this money.
That's a very good point. Y'all made two great points. King Mink said 24 teams and then would become 32 in the next 15 years. Now, this is why,
Absolutely.
as a fan, and I understand exactly what you're saying, Ray. You got to make the money back. But this is my problem. If you make it beyond what it is, first of all, I think they should have they skipped from 4. I think should have went to 8 and stayed at 8. I think 8 would have been a perfect number. No bye weeks. Why the fuck is you getting a bye week? Like, now, only way that it works for me by going to 16 and 24 is eliminating the championship game in your conference and actually probably eliminating 2 games, making the season a 10-game season. That's the only way it looked like it would work because we're looking at teams that can actually win, like Soul said. There's only so many teams that's going into the playoffs that we know can potentially win the game. When you got your Powers, the Ohio State Buckeyes, you got the Georgia Bulldogs, you got teams of that nature. Michigan now, Indiana is an outlier. Nobody ever in history thought Indiana would ever win a championship. So anybody that said outside of anybody in that Indiana locker room or Indiana alum, I shut the hell up because you did not.
Google me, baby.
So my thing is, especially like Soul said, if you're going to put the 2 lanes of the world in there, I don't want to see them get their head beat in. People are like, well, it was a competitive game, but you're going to get teams that, okay, let's say Tulane would have played Indiana this year. You see what Indiana did to everybody? You know what Indiana would have did to fucking Tulane if they had to play Tulane?
Back shoulder fade all day.
It was.
Oh, we lost him.
Hey, Ray, it's gonna get to the point. How important is the actual conference games?
Yeah.
I mean, bro, why not we have a top 25 and we'll just make up a schedule every year? You want to play your traditional team, like you want to keep the Ohio State Michigan game, the Texas Oklahoma games, the Georgia Florida game. Those games, don't get me wrong, you want to get rid of those. But how important is all the all the conference games if we're going to be doing all of this shit?
Right. I mean, that's the hold on. Let's see. Yeah, that to me is one of those. Add to stage. There you go. There you go, my guy. I those conferences. Well, we saw this year that those conferences games didn't matter.
Yeah,
we saw that. Like, dudes was winning their conferences and still don't even make. Like the ACC champion didn't even make.
Same with you guys won the championship. Y'all didn't make the conference championship game that year, did you?
No, we didn't make it, and then we won the title.
Yeah, so it don't really matter.
So yeah, that was my point. Is like, so we've been seeing this for the last couple of years where the conference champ is irrelevant.
Yeah, you just want to make the tournament and be playing good ball going to the tournament. That's the only thing that matters. All the other shit don't matter at all, bro.
There you go. You with us? Can you hear us?
Can't hear you, Jody.
Yeah, you're on the end.
Hey, Ray, guess what? Guess what, Jody? Guess what, Ray? SGA's at the free throw line.
Go figure. Didn't see that coming.
He is shooting free throws as we speak, brother.
That's crazy work. Game ain't even 2 minutes in.
Can
We already. Yeah, we can now for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. It's tied up right now.
Oh yeah. I didn't even know that was almost through the first quarter. I ain't watched none of these games.
These West games have been really good, man. The Knicks been embarrassing teams. Like, goddamn, they just been beating teams by 30, 40 points. Like, goddamn, are they that good?
But I think that's why I've been having a problem with the Knicks, because I don't believe that they're that good.
Bro, Ray, they scored 130 points yesterday, and nobody on that team had 20 points. They scored 130, bro. I mean, goddamn, everybody made a shot.
Hey, my fault. I ended up getting a call, guys. So
yeah.
I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up, man. I know the game is on right now.
They got a hot date.
No.
Yeah.
It was a business call, and they know they can't.
That's business too.
So, but yeah, Ray, you back in the fold. So, Ray, give me your final thought as we get out of here.
My final thought, man, is just I've been really, like I told y'all at the beginning of the show, been really proud of my kids, man, and everybody doing their thing. So as this summer, we just gonna prepare to get them ready for their first year in college. So man, I'm on cloud nine with that. But I'll be in Chicago this year. Our kids having they made the nationals again for their art and their art program. So I'm living the dream right now, man. About to be an empty nester out here. So it is what it is.
Join the club with the empty nesters, man. It's fun.
Yeah, man.
You get to do the Ball Johnson dance.
Yeah. Until you hear that door, like, goddamn, who's coming home? Shit.
I'm taking keys.
So give me your final thought as we get out of here.
This shout out to Spike Lee, man, and all the Knicks fans. I'm happy for you guys. Spike Lee laying on the floor like Ray at the graduation, taking pictures, trying to get that perfect angle. You see him, Ray? Hey, you see his ass? Uncle Spike was laying on the floor trying to get that perfect angle. I hope this. Honestly, man, I want the Knicks to win the NBA championship, man. I mean, I know that what everyone's saying the West is better. I'm pulling for the underdog. I'm pulling for the Knicks. Blue and orange sky. Let's go Knicks.
No doubt. Okay. I'm gonna stick with the Knicks as my final thought. But this is the thing. I'm going just 4 years ago. I saw so many people that had a problem with the Knicks picking up Jalen Brunson. I don't think he can get it done. I don't think he's a good player. I think he's not worth the money. We talking about the Stephen A. Smiths of the world. We talking about the Wemby dude, the dude that came from Cleveland. And he just be saying shit. We talking about every sports Mad Dog. Everybody was saying Jalen Brunson was not going to be a good fit in New York. I wonder if y'all have the same sentiments now. And the crazy thing is, J. Kane, the chef, I told him, I said, Dallas fucked up when they lost Jalen Brunson. I said, they fucked up. And I told J. Kane, I said, Jalen Brunson is going to be good. Now, did I think he was going to be this good? No, but I knew he was going to be good. And I told J. Kane, I wish he was on here to confirm it. Because I told him, I said, Jalen Brunson is a good player. I just think that with Luka Doncic being such ball dominant, he's not going to get his shots off. He's been a champion. He was a champion in college, and he has the potential to be a champion in the pros. So I want all those people, these so-called experts, to come out and give that man Jalen Brunson an apology. That goes from Stephen A. Smith to Mad Dog to Wemby to all those people that say they're experts on the NBA. Yeah, I'm calling y'all. Y'all can say what y'all want, but y'all said that this guy couldn't get it done. Now y'all on his dick. Big shout out to Jalen Brunson in New York, man.
Oh, yeah. I saw Stephen A. Smith apologize. He said, I was wrong. I saw him on the show. He said that. Because that dude's been balling, man. Second round pick to get where he is right now. I'm impressed with what he's been doing.
Yeah, and now you look back at the Dallas Mavericks, like who the fuck was Jalen Brunson?
Let's move on, dog. You started upset. I'm having a good day here.
I'm just saying you let Jalen Brunson and you let Luka Doncic go.
I know, nigga. I know. They fuck up a good thing every time we get a good team. They fucking up. I know.
So next thing you know, Cooper Flag will get traded next year. I don't know. I'm just
Cooper Flag will probably be playing for the Lakers in a couple years too. Who knows what's gonna happen?
No doubt. But great show. Glad to have my man Ray, more than just a barber, Lindsay, back in the building. Very good show. High energy, good chemistry, like you never left, my boy. We got
you already know.
Bell Biv DeVoe, baby. Bell Biv DeVoe.
Jarrell, Solo Sports Glenn, all the way from San Antonio, Texas. We got Michael, the People's Champ, in his absence. Andrew mic'd up, dropped into the show. Jason, the Hefty Lefty. Donald, the voice of the youth. He's at work. Donald been on the show a lot, but he can't be on the show during the weekdays. So he can only contribute on the weekends unless he gets a day off, which he's probably not. And we couldn't do none of this without J. Kane and Chef cooking it up in the kitchen. And I'm your host, Jody Coleman of Against the Grain Sports. I want to thank everybody out there. Our sponsor, Michael Wright, Tony Hall. Big shout out. We have had the last 3 shows over 330,000 viewers. So don't stop now. Share, like, subscribe, tell a friend, and we trying to get this to the next level because that's where we're going. But Ray, you back, man. Since you back, what we doing until Saturday?
Hey, yo, we working.
I'll see y'all later. Peace.